Instead of our normal family car review format, with this video, we're just going to answer a simple question. Hyundai applies the Calligraphy name to their fanciest versions. We're driving a Hyundai Santa Fe Calligraphy. The question is it a true premium SUV?
But first, here's how much the Santa Fe costs.
The version we're driving is actually a 2024 model, but the 2025 Santa Fe lineup is essentially unchanged. They added one new color and the prices went up slightly. So anything we refer to in this video is going to refer to the 2025 model year.
Also, if you'd like a full review of the Santa Fe, we recently did one as a family.
Back to the Calligraphy, this thing costs about $12,500 more than a base Hyundai Santa Fe and about $3,000 more than the next highest limited trim. So what makes the Calligraphy so darn special? On the outside, we've got 21-inch wheels as opposed to the limited trim's 20s.
We've got dark trim.
Even up in that front area there, on the other ones, it's like a little silver skid platey thingy, but here we got that dark look.
And like the XRT we recently tested, it comes with the C-pillar assist handle.
So there are some minor distinguishing features for the Calligraphy trim, but collectively it doesn't look like radically different than the rest of the lineup. To me, it looks like a Hyundai Santa Fe.
Which to us is a good thing, but you might have a different opinion.
Move inside and the Calligraphy has second row captain's chairs as opposed to the entire rest of the Santa Fe lineup, which seats seven. Hard to say, but you know what I mean.
I actually liked the way the other seats worked. I found it easier to get into the third row.
The second row seats in here are actually powered, well, partially powered. You have to slide them physically forward and back, but the angle, and you can also lift the seat bottom up, that's all power. So if you want to get into the third row, you got to push a button and wait for it to kind of motor forward. We are impatient people. Also, if you want to drop those second row seats, they do fold flat, but you have to make sure you go back and physically move them into their rearmost position.
That button you press in the cargo area will also motor the seats back up, which is great.
The other big distinction for the Calligraphy trim is Napa leather seats, as opposed to, hey, it's a Coyote. It's a very casual Coyote. So it's a higher grade of leather versus, let's say, the leather seats you get in the limited trim. I don't know if we're so refined as to notice the difference, but hey, Napa leather. We've also got this eco suede microfiber headliner.
That feels really nice, but I'm always kind of surprised that that's a premium feature. How much enjoyment are you really going to get out of it?
I don't know, I'm getting a fair bit of enjoyment right now. The last interior distinguishing feature for the Calligraphy trim is the driver's seat. It's got this little leg extension and a one-button feature where it'll put you into this relaxation mode. I think that's some technology stolen from the EV products. You're not gonna have to wait to recharge your Santa Fe, but there may be an occasion where, let's say you're in a meeting for work and you happen to be out and about and you wanna get super relaxed for it, this is a thing you can do. The Calligraphy trim also gets a few unique features: a head-up display, dual-zone wireless phone charging, a digital rear-view mirror, and rear side windows that go auto up and down. Wow! The Calligraphy trim gets a few advanced driver assist features, including Highway Driving Assist 2, which keeps the vehicle in the center of its lane with a little bit more precision. It also includes automatic lane change abilities, activate the turn signal, and it'll move itself over. There's also some advanced collision avoidance, junction assist, like if you're gonna pull in front of a car, it'll stop you, evasive steering assist, and that's pretty much it. That's what makes the Calligraphy the Calligraphy. Let's talk now about what is not different. Item one is the powertrain. So we've got the 2.5-liter turbocharged engine with the dual clutch transmission. In our experience, we found that 2.5-liter to be plenty powerful. In our last test, we found a little bit of a shuddering effect at low creep speeds, but overall it was fine in our experience. However, after we posted that video, many people chimed in and noted that there had been a recall issued. It was like a software-based recall for the dual clutch, but if you hadn't had that taken care of soon enough, there was some potential for like physical damage to the transmission. So there's some concerns about the dual clutch in terms of like reliability. In our experience, it's been okay, but if you'd like to skip that whole mess, there's also a hybrid version of the Santa Fe available. Just like the Santa Fe XRT we tested recently, the Calligraphy offers a super smooth ride, competent handling, and it's reasonably quiet in here, although I wouldn't say it's like premium quiet. What remains is most of the functionality that we really love from the Santa Fe. Those third row seats, to me, function about perfectly. They could not be easier to deploy and then to pull back up. For us, the Santa Fe hits that perfect balance between not too big and not too small. There's plenty of room for 7, or in this case 6 passengers, without it feeling like too large a vehicle. It's like larger than a compact but smaller than a mainstream mid-size 3-row SUV. It's a neat little slice of pie that they've cut for the Santa Fe, and we love pie. Cargo space is also good. There is some space behind the third row with a little underfloor area. Realistically, most people are probably going to leave that third row folded most of the time. And behind the second row, it's more than 40 cubic feet of space, a lot to work with. And then just getting in and out is easy. Kiddo, you want to weigh in on that? How do you find climbing in and out of the Hyundai Santa Fe?
There isn't a grab handle that I can reach from the ground, but it's still easy.
Going back to third row access, deploying the second row seats does take a while, and once it is moved out of the way, the entry point is rather narrow, better for kids than adults.
But in the Calligraphy's favor, we do have a second row captain's chair situation where kids can go down the middle if and they need to. Two more details that we really like functionally in the Santa Fe: dual glove boxes, perhaps taken from the Land Rover concept of the interior, but hey, we like it here too. And then also this dual function center console area, which goes super, super deep, and there's like a little slide out bin for the second row area. A lot of functionality there. And then just like in some of the lower trims in Santa Fe, the Calligraphy also has this dual 12.3-inch infotainment and gauge cluster display, and we find this to be a fancy element, really elevates the interior, and also very easy to use. Lastly, from a safety perspective, the Hyundai Santa Fe is an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. It also includes 9 airbags standard. So getting to the crux of this video, when we reviewed the Hyundai Santa Fe, we said it was our new favorite family SUV, and a lot of that had to do with size. It's just right size, really, really functional, incredibly easy to live with.
And also value for the price.
With our thinking about the Santa Fe framed by that value proposition, it raises the question, is the Calligraphy version a true premium SUV? Well, when you look at like the Napa leather, like that's kind of nice, you got some extra features here and there, but no, I don't think it is a true premium SUV if you're putting it up against, let's say, an Audi or an Acura, perhaps a Volvo. That said, if you are considering those legit premium SUVs, they are going to cost way more than you'd spend for a Santa Fe Calligraphy. For example, so while in our eyes the Hyundai Santa Fe Calligraphy is not a true premium SUV, it is a value-priced and elevated alternative to much more expensive vehicles.
And we think that's a compelling idea.
But if you'd like to tell us that we're wrong, you can certainly do so in the comment section. Family, I think we've done a good job answering one question about the Hyundai Santa Fe Calligraphy. May I have a 5 and a 5, and you can get your high five. Bam!